back, everybody. My next guest is an iconic comedian, a prolific songwriter, and a Golden Globe and Emmy-nominated actor. He's best loved for his role as America's favorite dad as Dr. Jason Seaver. Remember that in Growing Pains? You remember that, everybody? Yeah, he was so good. Today, he's here to talk about his new role in the musical Queen for a Day. Please welcome the one and only Alan Thicke. The doctor is in the house.
Yeah.
I was just saying to the audience, I saw you at a party a long time ago. It's probably an opening of something, you know, here in Toronto.
Did I behave?
You were terrific.
Okay.
But here's me. Hi, Mr. Thicke. I didn't know what else to say to you. What do people say to you when they see you and they recognize you?
They say you don't look like anything like Charlie Sheen.
Is that what they say?
No, you know, you get it all. You get some funny things
Sure.
from audiences and people who watch your shows.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get, you know who you look like? Well, maybe me. I was once, I used to get mistaken for Patrick Duffy, and I was once.
Oh, yes.
I was in Las Vegas, and some people came over and they said, can we have your autograph, Mr. Duffy? I said, I'm sorry, I'm really not Mr. Duffy. And they came, and then they sent other people over. By about the third time I signed, Patrick Duffy.
Okay, I have to ask you this question. You live in the States. Of course, you're Canadian, everything like that.
I am so Canadian, look at that.
Yeah, look, oh. So my question to you is, who's funnier and why are Canadians? I think the answer is Canadians. And why are Canadians so funny?
Canadians are so funny because we have a history going probably back to the 60s, certainly the 70s, of seeing the best of British television and the best of American television.
Okay.
This very unique kind of Canadian humor that is both a little ironic and sardonic and at the same time over-the-top performance art. Who do you like better on television as a guest than Martin Short or Jim Carrey?
Exactly.
I mean, these guys go out there and you go, bleh, it's just everywhere.
Right.
They put it out there. They're so hilarious and terrific. And then on the other hand, you're going to have some drier, you know, amusing people.
Well, you're a comedy writer. You're a funny guy.
Well, my whole career was writing for other people on television before I was ever on TV.
Like
I wrote for
Richard Pryor?
Cosby and Richard Pryor.
Unbelievable,
and, Flip Wilson and a lot of those comedy shows from back then.
Yeah, you should work a little harder, Alan Thicke.
You know,
honestly, your resume is a little thin, huh?
Well, I wasn't particularly good at anything, but the fun of my career was the variety of it.
Yeah.
So far, I mean, I get to do something a little different every day. It's like you're talking to different people.
I love that.
And you're on your toes. And if I ever could have been you know, Rick Mercer or Christopher Plummer or Robin Thicke, I would have been. But,
yeah, Robin Thicke.
Yeah, the fun of every day being different has been the reward for me.
Something different now, Queen for a Day. Let's talk about that. That's coming in September. Well, tell me, is that based on the TV show?
This is very big.
It's very big.
Well, what's big about it is it's this fabulous musical.
Yes.
But what's important about it is it's the world premiere. And it's happening right here in Toronto, and it's singing and dancing and costumes and legs.
A lot of legs.
And I mean, it's a great production and a really interesting story. It's based on the first ever reality television show.
Which is, we're going to show a clip of this as we're talking about this, but that's a show based, how long ago?
Well, it went on radio in the 40s and then became, there it is, television in the 50s.
Yes.
It was called Queen for a Day. You see that meter underneath?
Yeah.
That was the applause meter. That's how, you know, nowadays they do it by texting. Ryan Seacrest will say, text your favorite. Here you just make noise and you applaud. There's the guy I played, Jack Bailey. And so what they would do is they had 2,000 people every day, women, lined up outside the studio to get picked, the way they do Let's Make a Deal, Price is Right. Pick me, pick it, 2,000 every day, 5 days a week. It was really a phenomenon in its time, a little before my time. And they would pick women and they would make them queen for a day. And the interesting thing about this host, he used to be a carnival barker.
Okay.
And so he really had facility with taking the tragic story. You know, my 10-year-old lost his leg. And then he had to turn that into entertainment. And the audience would pick who they wanted to make queen for a day. And then they would give them prizes and take care of their dreams come true.
Wow.
Essentially, it was like a makeover show, life-altering situation for these women.
Wow. So how are you going to do that and still do LA Complex?
Well, LA Complex is finished for the year.
Okay.
We finished that. I love that show.
Tell us about the part you play in LA.
I play a preacher, and I'm kind of overseeing a lot of horny young actors who are hooking up while they're waiting for callbacks.
That's what it basically is.
Pilot season.
We're going to see you in action right now. Here he is,
yeah.
Alan Thicke in action. Here we go.
Is your brother really sick?
No, I don't have a brother. See?
You know, this was a calm and functioning family until you got here, Abby. And now it's threesomes and deviant sex, deception. There is no place for that on television. That's why we all have morality clauses in our contracts.
That clause is insane, okay? Nobody is that clean.
I am.
So good, so good. Great memories from Growing Pains. Great memories.
Excellent, excellent.
7 years on the air, huh?
Yeah, 7 years on the air, and because they literally don't make shows like that anymore, that's why you see them in reruns all the time.
Right. Thank
and,
you.
And the reason they don't make them is because now they make shows. The households have 2 televisions now, so they make one show for the adults, one show for the kids. That used to be what they call the family hour.
Yeah.
Us and Cosby, Full House, Who's the Boss, all of those. They don't do that anymore, and so we stay alive in reruns.
It's really interesting what you're saying about what's happening to television and your theories behind it, because, you know, we just see what we see, but we don't think why the thought process of why things are on the air the way they are now.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
And things have changed. I mean, going back to Queen for a Day.
Sure.
You know, I really see that as being the genesis of shows like yours or Matt Lauer. This is the guy who had to do live television and go from tragedy to some dorky cooking interview in a minute. You know. And you had to make that transition.
You know,
right?
but you know what?
That's a challenge.
It is a challenge, but it keeps you awake. It keeps you on your toes.
Exactly.
And I like that, because I do radio, too.
Exactly.
So that's why I like doing it.
Yeah.
I don't like anything that is just, you know, not authentic.
And there's an art in you being able to make that transition, you know, going from tragedy to Brussels sprouts and back.
Very quickly, I want to talk about your family. Robin has done so well. Robin Thicke, of course, such a huge star on duets. It's good to see you with him on that. He's a Grammy Award-winning guy. You must be very, very proud there. The two of you are. Doesn't look anything like you.
Very proud of him. No, and you know, I wrote a lot of music in my day. I had a bunch of theme songs, but I am a musician to Robin like I'm a hockey player to Gretzky.
Alan Thicke, everybody, we love you. Okay, be sure to look out for Alan and Queen for a Day. I'll be there. I can't wait to see the musical starting September 26th at the Richmond Hill Centre for the Performing Arts. I'm Icon, Alan Thicke. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. From tragedy to Brussels sprouts.